Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. I'm Rob Finnerty. As Russian forces continue their barrage of attacks on key Ukrainian cities, President Biden will travel to Brussels today for a NATO summit tomorrow in Belgium. This while on Capitol Hill, day number 3 of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearing will resume this morning on Capitol Hill. South Carolina Congressman and member of the Oversight, Reform, and Homeland Security Committees and ranking member on the Environmental Subcommittee, Ralph Norman, is with us this morning to talk about all of this. Congressman, great to have you back on. Good to see you.
Glad to be with you.
Congressman, your colleague, Senator from your home state of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, was pretty passionate yesterday during the second day of Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearing. I want to play you a soundbite when he asked her about these Gitmo detainees that she volunteered to represent in their respective trials, and then we'll get some reaction. Take a look.
It won't bother me one bit if 39 of them die in prison. That's a better outcome than letting them go. And if it costs $500 million to keep them in jail, keep them in jail, because they're going to go back to the fight. Look at the friggin' Afghan government. It's made up of former detainees at Gitmo. This whole thing by the left about this war ain't working.
Congressman, what'd you make of that?
Senator Graham is exactly right. I mean, Rob, imagine letting killers loose who willingly killed Americans. And it's not just this with this nominee. I mean, she's a total liberal who believes in reducing sentences for sex criminals, people convicted of sex crimes against children, by 40 to 50% of what the sentence should be. But Lindsey's exactly right, and her record should be exposed. And you know, what you're seeing, having a front row seat too, is they're talking about issues that she has had a stance. She's taken a vote. And you know, she's had rulings that are against everything our Constitution is for, and I'm glad he's exposing it, and I hope the other senators will follow suit.
Yeah, it's important. This is a lifetime appointment. You know, Justice Breyer, who she will likely be replacing on the bench, he's 83 years old. She's 51. That means that she could easily serve on the bench the next 32 years if she decides to retire when she's 83 as well. So it's important that we look at somebody's record. But is this really drama without drama? Is it a foregone conclusion that she will likely be the next Supreme Court justice?
You know, Rob, normally I would say yes, and you know, they've got the votes in their favor with, you know, Kamala Harris casting the vote to put her in. But I think with all what's going on in this country that's totally destroying America, and looking to put a person on the court like this who is such a radical leftist, I think America should take notice of it and persuade their Congress, their particular Senate member, as to why they object to it. Let your voices be heard. But it probably is, but I wouldn't give up. We've got one chance to grill her and find out exactly where she is. And America needs to know that loud and clear.
Yeah, it's a good point. Marsha Blackburn, senator from Tennessee, asked her what her definition of a woman was late in the day yesterday, and she could not give an answer. She deflected and said she's not a biologist, so she's not qualified to answer that question. I've got a 5-year-old daughter. I'm pretty sure she could answer that question without any problems. Congressman, you tweeted about the Leah Thomas situation a couple of days ago. She's, of course, the #1 women's swimmer in the country after winning the NCAA championships over the weekend. You said men should not be competing in women's sports, and every Democrat should be asked if they agree. ESPN, most woke network on television, they staged a walkout over the weekend during a South Carolina women's basketball game. I don't think many people were watching this because #1 South Carolina beat Howard 79-21. But this is all over this Florida bill that Ron DeSantis just passed in a law, signed in a law that says that teachers aren't allowed to talk to first graders about both gender identity and sexual orientation ages K through 3rd grade. When I saw the bill, I said, great, but why stop at 3rd grade? What do you make of this?
Well, it's the first step. Ron DeSantis has done a tremendous job as governor. The things he's put, the laws he's successfully getting through his legislature is fantastic. But you're right, it ought to go through K through 12. Critical race theory does not fit in preparing a student for a future job to compete with others all over the world. And the fact he's doing this, you know, every governor in the country should be doing this. But he's exactly right. And ESPN can go they can pound sand because They are woke, and the thoughts of us even having to discuss this is really embarrassing, and it has no place for them to keep the education system down, which CRT is doing, in which men competing against women in sports, really?
And these people are holding walkouts over, listen, if I did the same thing here at Newsmax, they'd say just keep on walking. It's totally ridiculous.
Well, and that's what the American people should be telling their particular companies that are allowing, that are watching their employees doing this. All
right. Congressman, good to have you back on. We appreciate it. Ralph Norman of South Carolina with us this morning. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.